Greetings, denizens of the internet! You can call me Nitro Indigo, and welcome to the fourth riveting instalment of Do Judge a Disc by its Cover, the series where I talk about the covers for home media releases of movies and TV shows. I decided to make this episode special by collaborating with both fellow creators and my audience. Without further ado, let's begin! My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Volume 12's cover is hilarious. Discord is hugging a terrified Fluttershy, Twilight is horrified that Rainbow is tucking her wing, Spike is pointing at Rarity like he just told a joke she didn't find funny, Applejack is trying to eat 3 apples at once, and Pinkie Pie is just vibing. This looks like the aftermath of a party gone horribly wrong. Now, let's hear from the only guest I was able to get for this video, tessellating hexagons!
Alors, voici la séance des rêves. Sorry, I had some French in my throat. I believe this is the collector's edition box, and I do rather like it, but it seems to be, in many ways, the yang to the standard release's yin, leaning hard into the overall aesthetic, but, in my opinion, dropping the ball a little, relatively speaking, with the exact choice of screenshots. The cardboard texture in particular is extremely pertinent, because it's used throughout the story of the film to frame the protagonist's inner world, and that's reflected in the choice of imagery on the box, namely the hand-drawn illustration on the back and the 2 stills, both of which take place during sequences that themselves take place in the protagonist's inner world. Meanwhile, the standard release takes a more abstract approach to representing the handmade aesthetic, and instead puts more emphasis on, well, that same still used for the collector's edition's front cover, for its own front cover. While I do think that the whole thing was both compiled and written by someone who hasn't actually seen the film because they paint a gut-wrenchingly tragic character study as a romantic comedy, I do think that their choice of screenshots actually make a better fit than the ones in the collector's edition box. Particularly this one, of the anxiety dream sequence involving the protagonist's hands growing to disproportionate sizes, is what convinced me to give this film a try in the first place. It shows the story's unhinged sense of creativity and imagination, while prompting a first-time viewer to ask just what is actually going on in that scene. And, more generally, the off-sky blue spine and blocky sans serif typeface help it to stand out on my shelf, too.
The cover of Day of the Diesels is so half-assed. Why does Diesel 10 look so happy? Why is he surrounded by friendly Diesels when he's the villain? Why is Percy nowhere to be seen even though he's the protagonist of this movie? This looks like the intern was given a bunch of assets out of context and told to put them in a poster. The cover image for Walking with Dinosaurs Sea Monsters is pretty cool. Nigel Marvin is in the shark cage surrounded by 2 mosasaurs who look like they're ready to bite him, which conveys that this series is about a presenter going back in time to get up close and personal with various marine predators. Unfortunately, the rest of the box is meh. The Walking with Dinosaurs title is emphasised over sea monsters, even though none of the featured animals are dinosaurs and most of them can't walk, and the other series logos just take up space. To finish this off, here's the only submission I got, from Shimmering Vapid Coal. The Secret of Kel's G-Kids cover is a spectacular example of a unique disc cover because it exhibits a fascinating air of mystery, which recurs throughout the film and becomes one of its most charming and whimsical aspects. It tells you next to nothing about the film, so you have no idea what to expect, but upon closer examination you can see how detailed everything appears, and it gives you a sense that there's something waiting for you underneath the dense leaves. The eyes that are the main centrepiece of the cover tie this all together, being alluring yet nondescript, inviting yet unfeeling, leading you to wonder who this character really is. It's a cover that can be easily overlooked, but it does things so differently from most other movie covers and captures the spirit of the film so completely by focusing on artistry and wonderment that I, Shimmering Vapid Coal, believe it to be worthy of the masterpiece it represents. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, stay interesting!